Hey folks, welcome back. This video is going to be short and sweet, and it's going to focus on a simple set of techniques that you can use, especially if you're new to digital art and you just want to make something and feel a sense of accomplishment. So if you're in that particular situation, I think this particular exercise will help you out. What we're going to do is we're going to make a wall, and we're going to use the uh, polygonal selection tool, and we're going to make a trapezoidal shape. We want to make sure that we're on a blank layer, and I'm simply clicking those four corners to create this trapezoidal selection. And then you want to make sure that you have a color. Doesn't matter what color you're using. I'm using red. And I'm going to fill that color in by hitting Option Delete on a Mac, Alt Backspace on Windows. And so I have this wall. What I want to do now is I'm going to create some kind of an irregular opening. I'm making another selection with the polygon lasso tool. And I'm going to now cut by hitting Command X. So it removes that opening from the rest of the wall. The next step is to understand how we can create a wall that looks like it's in proper perspective. In order to do that, we need to understand what two-point perspective is. Two-point perspective is essentially when an object has two separate vanishing points. So we'll label this as right top, right bottom. These two top and bottom edges will converge to a vanishing point. Then we have left top, left bottom. These are the other two edges. They will also converge to their own vanishing point. So we have a vanishing point 1 and a vanishing point 2. So that's the picture that you want to have in your head as you're proceeding through this exercise. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to thicken up the wall by adding some tapering lines, like so. You can use the Shift key to make some straight vertical lines if you wish. By adding a few textural elements, we're conveying the idea that this is a stone wall. And then also for this opening right here, we want to also match that perspective too. So we're going to have an angle like this. We're just going to create some thickness. Instant wall, which is pretty cool. We can add some hatching. We can add some sense of material. We can put like a brick texture. One thing that you could do is if you go with the lasso tool, you can just make a few simple selections like this, making little T selections and hitting Control X. And now all of a sudden, we have something that looks like it's actually got some brick material. If you wanted to make it stone, you can get rid of all of those changes. And then we'll just go ahead and add some irregular stone shapes like so. I like to keep a few little openings there. And I'll just fill those in with the paint bucket tool. And then maybe the rest of this wall is somewhat collapsed or broken or unfinished or something like that. I can fill that in. So now we have a stone wall with very, very little effort. And if if you're intimidated by backgrounds, I would say start somewhere in this realm here where you're just creating a simple wall with two-point perspective. So the brush that I used for this particular exercise is the shaved ice brush, which is available on my brush packs. I'll have a link to the description for where you can check out all of my inking and penciling brushes that I'm using for these particular demos here. So you can pick up a brush pack. It works in Procreate and Photoshop as well. And if you haven't already considered doing so, give this video a like so more folks can find it. And I welcome and appreciate all of the new subscriptions to this channel. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. Expect more videos during the summer. And please continue to send those topics, and I'll do my level best to help you out. Thanks so much for watching. Catch you in the next one. See you.